Scribbler Reception. My name is Mr. Schaefer. John Updike, a 20th century American writer from Shillington, Pennsylvania, gave a reasoning for why writers write. He said, "Most of our lives are basically dull. It's up to the writer to find ways to make them interesting." The writers and artists that are being published in today's literary and arts magazine hope to do just that. They have taken dull, mundane events in life and tried to make them, well, less dull and less mundane. They have shared with us a little glimpse of their world, a world that can sometimes be cruel, a world that can sometimes reject and not accept, and a world that appears to lead to nowhere. Now, I'm not a believer in reincarnation or the afterlife, but I feel as if events like this are speaking to more than just the people assembled here. Today's poets and artists are reaching out to others from the past like Wordsworth, Keats, Angelo, Van Gogh, and Da Vinci. We hear faraway voices of Nick Ozorowski or Devin Malloy, or remember the lily pads of Abigail Rank, or the lovebirds of Kiera Rodriguez. Nobel Prize recipient Doris Lessing said, "There have never been any rules, nor can there ever be." As I read the poems in today's magazine, Lessing's words come back to me. The poems are from within. They don't necessarily reflect an English teacher's dream of corrected punctuation, word choice, diction, or complete sentences, but they don't need to. Some call this poetic license. I believe it's called something else. Voice. A voice that tells you what life is like in a dysfunctional household, or with a brother that looks like a boyfriend. A voice that shouts about those people who don't want to give a kid from Norristown a chance. It's the voice of a lover or a 15-year-old dealing with the pressures of the real world. We hear a voice from the hills of China and of a princess seeking acceptance. And we hear the voice of a child watching her abused mother take punch after punch from her abuser. And I look at the artwork and the photos and I'm transported to another world. A world where colors of red, purple, and blue express a girl's face better than any Maybelline commercial. Where a wise old owl looks awesome in blue and white. Where traffic cops in New York City stand out on a city street resplendent in their green rain slickers. I see shells collected on a beach and a frozen ice-covered tree. I see a recreation or two of a Van Gogh classic, where a simple geometric shape comes alive in green. I see a restrained parrot and a classroom doodle. Now, what I want you to do while the artists and the authors are showing off their work is I want you to listen for your favorite poem or look for your favorite picture. And without further ado, we will start reading the poems and showing off the artwork. Yeah, right. Very good. So this year's cover is, as you heard, a owl in blue and white. And to present the artist with his cash prize is Lydia Haggard. This year's cover was done by Michael Bastida Flores. Is Michael here? Oh, looks like we'll be spending his prize. Okay. But congratulations to Michael. He'll be receiving a $75 cash prize for his front cover artwork. And if you happen to see him in the hallways, you can congratulate him. Thank you, Lydia. Just spend that note. Unfortunately, some of our poets are not here today for one reason or another, but I would like to read their poems nonetheless. The winning poet this year was Malika Hill, and she wrote a poem called What I Should Have Said. What I should have said when they talked me down. What I should have said when they stepped on my toes. What I should have said when they told me I couldn't do it. What I should have said when everybody told me no. What I should have said was yes. And the second prize goes to Lauren Whitley for her poem, I Am From Me. I am from messy rooms and messy hearts where laundry lays on the floor and clean clothes sit in a basket, where posters line the walls and cover stains that nobody remembers making, where doors are slammed and silent treatments are frequent, where turning the lock became a normal thing, where mom and dad fell out of love. I am from messy rooms and messy hearts. I am from jerks that don't shovel their sidewalks and jerks that try to poison my dog, where the neighborhood punks drive down the street at 1 a.m., radio blaring 65 miles per hour, where 2 neighbors got arrested, where Steve loves Jason, where people cross the street when they see my dog, too terrified to actually give her a chance, where mum fell in the driveway, where knowing your neighbors is a foreign concept. I am from jerks, I am from stormouts and heartbreaks and forever being the wrong person. I am from too many tears to count and needing too much attention. I am from Scott moving out and the house being too quiet, too empty in the aftermath. I am from playing music too loudly in therapy sessions with friends. I am from, unfortunately, you can't scare me. I'm sorry, I can't do this much longer. Just have to get over it. I am from Mom, Dad, Scott, Mark, Rain. I am from me. And third place is Kelsie Lin Smith for The Ocean. Kelsey?
Walking on an endless path, hoping to find him here. Surrounded by black beaches and tormented shores, he is gone and I cannot see beyond the rising sun. It seems that the sun is sinking into the ocean with my dreams, hopes, and love. The only love I've ever known will now die. Knowing he might die at the hands of the broken ones chills my soul with an unknown disease. Blackened clouds paint the sky with gray. The golden sand that has now turned black complements the remedy that the angels sing. Back to black we angels sing love to dust, and as oceans grow, hope will never cleanse your soul. Ships slumber in the waves, frightened by their fate, they will waste away in the time of infinity.
Presenting Kelsey with her check or her cash prize will be Janelle Edgard.
Thank you.
Next, we'll feature the back cover of the issue, and to make that presentation is Hannah Markley. And on the back cover is Amaya Bankowski's photograph. Let's go, Amaya. Our next reader will be Shaylynn Wilson Manago.
For you I'd walk to the ends of the earth. For you I'd take a bullet to the heart. For you I'd breathe my last breath. For you I'd even face death. For you I'd wait a lifetime to see you again. For you I'd go to jail for life. For you I'd do anything to guarantee your happiness.
And again, we'll call up Kelsie Lin Smith for her poem, Legendary Love.
I remembered when I walked along the shore and the sky cried tears of aquamarine. I remember when the sun was above the sea, lit the depths of the deep. Summer roses and wilted lilies are revived, and as old records play songs that were lost long ago. I remember nights so cold, the poetry of the legends of old. Old photographs tell me that we were once free. The movies that we made remind me of how our love was once legendary. But beauty is what you love in me, and it is beauty that has moved me away from you.
You couldn't see it, but when I told Kelsey that she had 2 poems in there, her eyes lit up. She was thrilled. Good. And Amaya will come back up and read. You got multitask here, right? Amaya will read her poem called Change.
In a culture that's divided, I sit to take my notes. Backseat in the corner, where the dreamers go to hope. For a house that feels like home, in a city of apartments, I lay my head on the desk, wonder why all these people are heartless. You claim you came to do your job, and I came to do mine too, to listen to my teachers, and it looks like that is you. I did not ask to be 15 and feel like I do inside. I guess it's just my age or my generation. I really can't decide. But I know you'll keep the fire hot beneath my feet. Keep asking if I'm ready to compete. For a second-hand place against first-hand rivals. For a hand-me-down love that's been worn like old vinyl. You ignore my intellect so often, I feel like terms and conditions. But at least then everyone's accepting. That is, worldwide submission. I'm writing this now in the back of the class. This school's not changing, and the kids you ask are misunderstood like foreign-tongued language. We are all just looking for someone who will actually try and change this. Thanks.
I should know this like the back of my hand. I've been staring at these poems and pictures for so long. But the drawing on page 9 is drawn by Solon Walsh. Solon's not here, but he will accept his congratulations tomorrow in class. On page 11, we have another photograph by Skylar Bartlett. Is Skylar here? No? How about Malicia Avilas? No? Okay. Kiara Esquilin Villalongo. I know Kiara Rodriguez is here. She has a picture on page 14 of this year's issue. Kiara, could you stand up, please? Thank you. And next we have Kim Castillo reading A Jewel.
Once a princess who stood above all, she was admired for not being very tall. Among us, the gentlemen, she was the fairest, for the reason she needed protection of the sheriff. From day to day, she kept up with her looks, a beauty that had no time for books. A selfish and conceited, she knew she was wanted, the ghost of perfection from whom she was haunted. From all the jewels she held possession, none but one she held with aggression. A jewel that could not be held above, the jewel she never had an ounce of. This jewel was love.
And on page 17, we have Alex Martinez. Alex, could you please stand up? We recognize for your picture. Very good. Congratulations. Now we have a special presentation. We have a number of artists on page 18 and 19. And I think we have 2 representatives come up for their paintings. Is Lauren Richter here? I didn't see Lauren come in. Lady? Is Lady here? No? Okay, I'm getting a nod from the back there. Rebecca Morris? Courtney Hathaway? My favorite poem here. Come on up, Courtney. I think there might have been some kind of telepathic message here, because I was going to write a poem about this too, but you beat me to it. Called Cheating Sonnet.
Why do we cheat? Is it because the truth is too much to bear? The repetitive thought of deceit? Not enough time to do it, so we don't care? Cheating always seems to be the easy way out. The easiest way for an A, our last chance of success without a doubt. Passing at least without a poo-ha, or even cheating on the ones we love. Not intentional, but it just happens. Making the other one feel like they've been smacked in the face with a rubber glove, with the predictable reaction of the other one snapping. Cheating appears to be a road with a dead end, resulting only with ourselves to offend. Now,
don't get me wrong, all of these are my favorite. If you like And her last name is Hathaway, too. I mean, come on, it's a perfect name for a sonnet, right? Kim, are you coming back up?
Sure.
Okay, Kim's next poem is called I Come From. Nice and loud, Kim.
I come from a Mexican family of four. I come from mom's curly hair and that sense of humor. I come from having a family over my birthday. I come from a small town. I come from transferring schools in second grade. I come from making new friends in second grade. I come from having a 30-minute recess and helping with the lemonade stand. I come from making a cool paper mache skittle as blue as the ocean. I come from making my first scientific experiment. I come from Coleman Elementary School. I come from graduating elementary school and scared of middle school. I come from the first day of middle school. I come from having my first locker and getting lost around the school. I come from making more friends and having lots of teachers. I come from having more homework and learning new things. I come from meeting my best friends. I come from making the field hockey team my first year playing. I come from parents having tons of arguments and they realize that they weren't meant to be forever. I come from crying myself to sleep because I don't have a happy family anymore. I come from trying to stay on track in school. I come from understanding my parents' divorce. I come from having the best math teacher in the world, making math easier. I come from starting my first assignment to my last assignment like a movie. I come from having a terrible year to a good one. I come from walking across the stage to receive my certificate, having proud parents. I come from East Norton Middle School. I come from spending my 8th grade summer into 9th grade in Mexico. I come from spending an awesome time with my family in Mexico. I come from having the best view of Acapulco and realizing that life is too short. I come from knowing that I want to go to college and become a surgeon and travel. I come from having a good summer but hating that it was coming to an end. I come from starting my freshman year. I come from meeting new people and having more homework. I come from having the 3 same best friends since middle school. I come from remembering the first day of school to the very last day. I come from being excited about 10th grade year and finally starting. I come from hearing my fingers telling me to stop the poem here.
Osdelia Gajardo. Is she here? No? On page 27 and 32, we have 2 photographs by Brian Ascension. Brian? I'm guessing, Brian, these are both from New York City? Yeah. Okay, there's 27. There's 32. Congratulations. Jose Swastika, did I pronounce that correct? He's on page 30 with a parrot. And Kamir McFadden. Come on up, Kamir. On page 31. He's happy about that. Look at that. He's somebody now, right? Forever and ever. Okay, and that concludes the poems and the artwork. There's plenty of past issues of the Scribblers over here on my right. So did you think about which poem was your best? Or which poem was your favorite? Or which picture was your favorite? Turn to someone near you and tell them which one was your favorite. Okay, a couple of people I need to thank. I need to thank Miss Ann Rorick for her help with this year's Scribbler. She's helped me in the past and she continues to help me. I'd like to thank Dr. Samuels and the Norris Area School District Administration for their support. I'd like to thank Mr. Jeff Smith for providing our refreshments today and the administration here at the high school. I'd like to thank my wife, of course, who puts up with me. This would not be possible if we didn't turn to page 36 and look at the patrons there. You're walking home with an issue today that does not come for free. Well, it actually is free today, but these people had to pay, give a little bit of money to support the Scribbler, and I'm very appreciative of every one of these people that's listed on page 36 and the other groups that are listed there, because without them we wouldn't be sitting here today. I also want to thank all the poets who submitted poems and maybe didn't make the cut, because that's very hard to sit at home wondering what if. But I appreciate that everyone has a fair chance to submit to the Scribbler, and we're going to start taking submissions on June 1st. It's just in a few days for next year's issue. And if you want to submit, you can submit online. We only accept online submissions. norristown@yahoo.com. If you have a poem or a short story and you want to submit it, please submit it as a Word document. If you have a picture or a piece of artwork that you'd like to submit for next year, you can bring that by my room, which is room 326. I have some other staff members that I'd like to recognize, in addition to Lydia Haggard and Junelle Edgard, who are our senior co-editor-in-chiefs. We also have Christina Davenport, Hermilo Dominguez, Anna Markley, and Anissa Winton. Okay, and I also have two technical advisors, Ms. Guido and Dr. Kirker, who, without them, this issue could not go forward. If you did not receive an issue today because you're published and you would like a copy, you may pick one up off the table to my left, your right. Please help yourself to more refreshments. Help yourself to a free copy of last year's Scribbler or the years in the past. If nothing else, just take them home and wedge them under the table that doesn't quite sit right. You know, take them, leave them in your car so when you're stuck in a traffic jam, you can look at some of the poems. Okay? Thank you very much for coming in. Good luck.